Hello. I figured I owed you guys a 25 and 26 week update, I believe. I filmed one from last week, but realized I wanted to add in a few cool things that have happened since I filmed that video. So, week 25 last week was pretty great. Still having the same back pain, rib pain, pelvis pain. So, I'm not even going to talk about it anymore because it is what it is. I mentioned it to my doctor and he's like, yeah, so you feel pregnant? I'm like, mm-hmm, thanks. um, but I do have a chiropractor appointment next Tuesday, so I'll be happy to update and share how that went and if it helped with any of the pain and discomfort. Um, but the really cool thing that happened last week, I think it was last Thursday, my team surprised me with a virtual baby shower. And having this be my second, third, and fourth baby, I really felt kind of odd. People kept asking, are you having a shower? And I said no, but I have a registry just because people want to support us and send little things. So I did create a registry. Obviously they went to town on it. Literally bought everything that we needed. It was just incredible. I wish I had cleaned it up a little bit because I certainly had some items on there that were kind of just dream items, things that I probably wouldn't have asked someone to purchase because they were a little pricey. Like, I'll just give an example. I put a really higher end diaper bag on there, just kind of, thinking this is something neat. I, saw another triplet mom use it. And honestly, I would have bought it myself and not had someone purchase it. But they were so generous and put together a collection, it sounds like, and bought a huge amount. Our car seats, baby bag, we registered for I think it's Hatch changing pad that also has a weight or a scale in it. One of the biggest things that I noticed with Garrett when I was first home, when he was first home, was just not knowing how much he was eating when we were nursing. And so I was going into the lactation consultant all the time and getting him weighed. And I thought, this kind of scale changing pad would really help to reassure me, knowing that the babies were growing and eating enough. So I put that one on there. Again, that was a very high end item. And I was just so, so thankful that my colleagues and, well, honestly, they're my friends put this shower together for me. They snuck a meeting on my calendar. I thought I was talking about normal job stuff. I dialed in and they were all there, smiling, and we did silly little baby shower games. Some of the best games I've ever participated in. No offense to any other baby shower I went to. I've even thrown a few. But one of the coolest was a scavenger hunt that, because it was virtual, you couldn't really leave the space you were in. So I think there were 8 items, but it was like bring something yellow. So you kind of had to look around where you were and come back with something yellow and hold it up. They did something round, something square, a toy, things that you may not necessarily have in your immediate space. So that one was pretty fun. They put together a Kahoot game, which is like an online multiple choice game where you kind of have a game code and everybody hops on their cell phone and you can kind of play a little multiple choice game, and it was the Price is Right of how much baby items cost. So that made me feel a little bit bad too of just putting it out there how much 3 car seats cost. But it was really fun to kind of see. And then the other game, everybody had a piece of paper or a paper plate, and they put the paper plate on their head, and then they had to draw pictures of the 3 babies, and then I picked the winner from that artistic exercise. So it was just really cute. It was just a fun way to take a break from work. It's been insanely busy for everybody, so it was just so kind that all these people took an hour out of their day to kind of celebrate me and the babies, and they had sent a cookie bouquet ahead of time. So Grant and my mom were in on this. And so Grant brought the cookie bouquet down while I was on the call, and then all the gifts were at my mom's house. So that night got to go over and look at everything. But in the webinar meeting, they also went through a PowerPoint and slides of all of the amazing gifts that they had purchased for me. So it just made me feel super special. Kind of put me in the wow, there's babies coming mood. Not that I was sad that we weren't having a shower. I certainly don't expect it nor need it. We are very lucky and have a lot from Garrett that we were able to pass on. And honestly, I've been either buying or being gifted some secondhand things that have been just perfect. But it was really neat to kind of have some of those new items. Especially having a girl in the mix, we needed some girl clothes. So a couple little things to kind of add in. So wanted to kind of redo last week's update because of how special that was. My jaw just dropped. Like I couldn't believe how kind everybody really was and generous. I mean, it was obvious that people had contributed a great deal. So made us feel really, really special. And then this week, had a just a normal scan. I go every other week. This was just a twin to twin transfusion check, to make sure everybody's growing well. Actually took my mother-in-law, so she got to see the babies live. The scan before, 2 weeks ago, my mom came, so she got to see them, and I think it's just such a different experience to see them like bopping around, in person and kind of see the babies, know that they're doing well. Baby A and baby B are still belly to belly, head to butt, or actually, I guess they're like that, sitting on each other's heads. So that was kind of funny to see. And baby A is just so low. It was really hard to get a good picture of his belly. So it was funny just to kind of see the tech just working her magic to get there. But as always, it was nice to kind of see them. Everybody's doing fine. It wasn't a growth scan or anything, so we didn't get any updates on how much they weigh or anything like that. But everybody looked fine. Um, no issues. My blood pressure was a little bit high 2 weeks ago, so we were constantly checking that. Doctor said if it goes over 140, that's when we should be concerned. It was at 135 on Wednesday, and I've taken it since, and it's been lower. So again, that's just to kind of look for preeclampsia. I think that's a really big concern when you have so many placentas and all the hormones and things like that. So we're just working on making sure I'm eating a little bit lower sodium, trying to keep my stress low. There's some crazy stuff going on at work. My boss resigned. So yesterday was a little bit of a hectic day, but, you know, I've been through it before. I celebrate 11 years with my job next week, and I think I've had five bosses, maybe six, through all that time. So certainly it's not anything new. I'll certainly miss him. We've kind of just gotten into our swing of things. But we have a really good team, and I think we'll get through it. But yesterday was a little bit higher stress when you get a meeting put on your calendar that just says team check in, and your high top leader is on it. I've just learned to kind of put my guard up and worry a little bit about what's coming, because this time a couple of years ago when I was pregnant with Garrett, my position was eliminated and I was moved into a new role. So it just brought back a lot of those memories of just that panic of what do you do if you do lose your position when you are close to the end of pregnancy. But totally fine. I think I'm very safe. It's just a leadership change. The person might be hired while I'm on maternity leave, and I'll just come back and be like, hey, new boss, and kind of just create that new relationship. So that's been a little bit of a stressor, but we're getting through it. This weekend is our 6th wedding anniversary, so we're going to go out to dinner and sit outside at a restaurant that's nearby. And that'll be fun. Our first real date at like date night in a year. So that'll be pretty fun. And then we have a birthday party and just a couple things going on this weekend that are outside. We're still I think we are fully vaccinated, meaning we're 2 weeks past our second dose, next week. So we have another full week to wait till we feel comfortable really being inside with people. So we're still doing some outside socially distanced things. But when there's so many birthdays in April. A few of my closest friends have birthdays this month, and I haven't been able to see them. So looking forward to May when I can kind of start to see people again, celebrate them, some belated birthdays. And that's their second birthday in quarantine they've had to do. So 3 of my closest friends are all born in April. So it'll be nice to kind of get to see them, reconnect, and also put massages back on my calendar. That's something I've really missed with my pregnancy with Garrett. I had monthly massages. I had actually a sweet friend that came and did them at our house. Um, so certainly missed that. As I mentioned, I'm going to go to the chiropractor next week just to kind of see if that helps. Also, probably get a pedicure since I can't really see or reach my feet anymore. But just some little things. Get my hair done. This is definitely not my preferred look. I usually have like 4 inches shorter and a little bit more manageable. So I'm getting that done. So I'm actually going to take a day off next week and just kind of have a pampering session. So, or not next week, the week after. Yeah, and then next weekend we're going to go on a little tiny baby moon. I wouldn't even call it that. We're just going to go down, stay at a little resort on the river that's close by. The doctor wants me to not travel farther than an hour out for the rest of the month. And then starting in May, no travel at all. So we'll be nesting, which will be nice to kind of use May as that time period to just get everything organized, get all the baby stuff, put away as much as we can, and just get ready. And I think it's finally sinking in that these babies could come anytime. Starting May 12th, I'll be 30. No, what weeks am I? May 12th. Let me double check. Yeah, May 12th, I'll be 30 weeks. So that's when my weekly checks will start. And to me, that's kind of like, okay, this could happen. I'm in a part of a triplet Facebook group where there have been babies born at 27 weeks. And so just on baby alert, we're also going to go do a NICU tour and check out the space that we'll be in just to kind of help ease my mind and things like that. So, not a whole lot new to report, just some fun things to celebrate babies. I'll show the bump a little bit, it might be hard to see in a dark shirt. I also have my support band on, but the bump's getting big, certainly large and in charge. But, you know, getting through it, doing well. And I will be sure to update. My next appointment will be at 28 weeks, and we'll be doing the glucose test. So I'll probably keep going every other week, just since a little more updates to happen rather than weekly. But just excited to share how we're doing. Again, I'm going to hopefully be able to show some of those baby items and take a quick loop around the nursery once we have everything brought over from my mom's house. Um, but yeah, happy to share updates. And again, thanks for being along on this journey with me. Bye.